So I bought a 2019 370Z with the 7-speed transmission. It's got 30,000 miles on it. I'm I'm one of those guys that likes to have fresh transmission fluid. If I have an automatic transmission, I'm okay changing my transmission fluid at 30,000 miles. Nissan says that this transmission fluid never ever needs to be changed, but you and I both know that if you change your transmission fluid regularly, your transmission will shift smoothly and be amazing the entire lifetime of your car. So you see that this transmission fluid is brown coming out of here. It was a pretty nasty brown. It should be pink. I did replace with the Nissan Matic-S. I drained out 5 quarts. I measured it, what I drained out. It was right at 5 quarts. When I put 5 quarts back in the transmission and I got the car up to temperature, when I pulled the plug, nothing came out, so that told me that I needed to add some fluid. The car, it is level, so it should have had a little bit of fluid coming out, so I added an additional quart, and then when I was done putting that additional quart in, I just went ahead and I pulled my hose out of the transmission and let everything drain until nothing else drained back out of the transmission. So that tells me it was at its proper level. There are 2 plugs on the bottom of your transmission. There is an 18 or 19 millimeter plug. That's your drain plug. That's the hole that the fluid's coming out of right now. And there's also a 5 millimeter plug, and that's your level, your fluid level, and it's also where you want to fill your transmission through the smaller hole. So if you're going through all the hassle of draining a little bit of fluid out, I want to say on the interwebs I read where if you just drain and add fluid, it's like 3.5 quarts. I personally think 3.5 quarts is a waste of time. You really need to drop the pan. I already told you that I dropped the pan. I put 6 quarts in and then let it drain out. But if you drop the pan, you can get to these magnets. You clean these magnets up. They're pretty dirty. These magnets catch any of the metal debris that's floating around inside your transmission. And then there's all this sludge in the bottom of your pan. So it's a good idea, especially the first time, 30,000 miles. I'm seeing a lot of advertisements that Nissan dealers are offering to flush your transmission at 30,000 miles. I think that is an absolutely bad idea. I don't think I would want my transmission flushed just because all this funk that's in the bottom of the pan is going to end up somewhere, and that means it's going to end up in your transmission, in your torque converter, and nothing good can come from that. So go ahead and just do it yourself. Wipe everything down, make it spotless, just like you'd clean the outside of your car. Clean the inside of this pan, make it look pretty, get these magnets back on. So when I did this, there was a lot of information I found on the internet about temperatures and stuff. A lot of car manufacturers don't say that the transmission has to get to a particular temperature. I have a ODB2 reader, and it's kind of generic, the one that I've been using for many years. So I bought a new one for $20, and it allowed me to hook up to the port, and it gave me all the information, all the streaming data that my car's ECU was sending out. And so here's what the transmission looks like, and there's the little filter screen. Next time I do this, I'm going to pull that screen out. Back to the OBD reader. So this is what I got. And the top line actually tells me what the operating temperature of the automatic transmission is. So once it got up to 46 degrees Celsius, I jumped underneath the car and I pulled that 5mm plug out and let the fluid drain out. I hope these tips helped you. It's not a full tutorial on how to do this, but just some things I found. Maybe I'll find out some other stuff the next time I do it. But thanks for watching this video.